Alright, it's my second vlog post in Ho Chi Minh City, or Saigon. Um, it's a bit of a rainy day. It's not a rainy night, but it is lightning quite a lot. No thunder, just lightning. Um, there's a huge boat going past me, and the big tall building is ahead of me. I'll just show that again. Alright, if that was pretty clear. There is plant matter, huge ass barge going past me in the river. Um, Today I've been thinking a lot about meaning of life and sort of how people live. It's been some of my thoughts is that people can pick their own meaning and then they can choose to live according to their meaning. They might also not live according to their meaning, or try to but fail. They can change the meaning which they give to life. Then there's also, I think, there's this sense that life also has objective meaning or meanings. I think that, sorry. I think that in the bigger picture, probably the ultimate meaning of life is love. I think love is probably why we all exist. And everything that we do in life kind of leads back to that. Okay. But I think there's also kind of sub-meanings, or so to say, the things which people will consider most important in their life. Or maybe you could word that as ways that they act out love, or ways that they manifest love in their own life. And so, for some people, this might be work. I think a lot of people find a lot of enjoyment, a lot of purpose from whatever the work is they do, and they would say that is perhaps the most important thing of their life. Some people might connect that to their family and say, work is the most important thing in my life, or family is the most important thing in my life, and then work is like the second most important thing. And so I'm working for my family, like that. For some people, it could be, I don't know, money, acquiring a lot of assets and managing a lot of assets. A lot of people might consider that to be the most important part of their life. Something which they find a lot of joy in, acquiring assets, analyzing what they're buying, rate of return, and so on, and being involved with other people in business and investing. And I find a lot of enjoyment in doing that, at least especially with stocks. So that's part of my meaning for life, but probably not the entire meaning. I think some people would say their meaning of life is maybe having friendships or relationships, and whatever the meaning that they give their own lives, I think the important thing is that they're able to accomplish that meaning. They're able to find joy in life with whatever the meaning that they've given life to have. This lightning is really bright. Or maybe it's travel. Maybe some people's meaning is travel, exploring things, getting new experiences. That's where they find the most joy in their life. So I'd say that whatever your personal meaning in life is, that's the area in life you find the most joy. Maybe some people's joy is developing new relationships. Maybe it's falling in love with new people. But the point of what I'm going to say, I might have to be quick because it's starting to rain a bit. I just covered my phone with my hand. They should be able to get whatever they give their meaning in life to. They should be able to accomplish it. And if they don't, if they say this or that is my meaning in life, but they don't get it, they're going to be miserable, and that's not a life that's worth living. So if people, they say that the whole meaning in life is for me to get a relationship, but they never do, then their life is by definition meaningless. It literally lacks the meaning that they've given to it. So I think they have two choices. Or three choices. No, only two good choices and one really bad choice. The two good choices, the first choice is that they keep working on trying to accomplish their meaning. And probably they better do that if that is the only thing which gives them true joy in life. Even if they're struggling to get it, whatever it is, I don't care if it's traveling around, if it's getting money, or it's getting relationship, or it could be a lot of other things. It could be ascending up in their career, getting to be a chief executive officer of a company, whatever. If that is what gives them the most joy in life, they can't give it up, because otherwise their life would become meaningless. That's one thing. Another thing, if they're capable of this, they can change their meaning. If there are perhaps multiple things which could give them joy in life. And I think the way that we're developed, there is more than likely more than one thing which an individual could find joy in life from. So I think that could change. As long as, I think, as I said before, it comes back to love in the end. Then they can definitely change the meaning in life. And then try to accomplish that meaning. So I think that's another. And then the bad option, I says, is if they aren't able to do any of those things and they're living a meaningless life and it looks like that's never going to change and they're never getting joy from anything, then they could kill themselves. But I think it's sort of giving up to kill yourself. I think there's probably hope for everybody to find joy. What do you think? I think because everybody's made by God. I think everybody has that connection to God, even if everything in life, they lose everything in life, they're unable to get any other sources of joy. Maybe they can find a source of joy in God. I don't really know. It's hard to say. There are areas in life which I think I would feel a lot of joy from. In fact, experiencing a bit of those areas, I have felt a lot of joy from them in the past, but those areas are really hard to find for me. They're areas which have been really sporadic, specifically the area of relationships and other social matters. See how bright this lightning is. In my life, the sort of pattern of my life has been like few but pretty intense friendships. I have had luckily, a few really good and deep friendships which I've really benefited from, and I'll never forget the people that have been my good friends in the past. So that's one thing that's been good for me. Romantic relationships, I've really struggled on that aspect. I've had basically 2 girlfriends. Only one of them was really serious enough and really satisfying to me, and that lasted about 6 to 8 months, but it was falling apart at the end. I sort of struggle with kind of both of these aspects of life. I think part of it is that I've been diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, and that affects me in the areas of any kinds of relationships, any kinds of social interactions. And it might be easier if I were to find other people who are similar to me in this aspect, but I've struggled to. So for the time being, working, investing, acquiring assets, managing my assets, this is something which gives me joy. I would hope to expand and have several different areas, like as I grow my wealth, not only to be involved in stocks, which I've really enjoyed up to this point, but even to have my own business which has stocks, kind of even go further into that. And then also maybe like real estate and some other things. But yeah, anyway, don't lose hope.